Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
It's like the end of June. How did we get here? What? I'm speechless, Ian.
I know. We are on the rocket train, inexorably rocketing forward on the rails, possibly off the rails of this crazy train.
No, I'm pretty sure we went off the rails like miles ago. We've been off the rails for at least the last 4 years.
Well, let's at least hope that the light that approaching from the other end of the tunnel is not an oncoming train.
Oh boy, don't go toward the light. Or maybe do. I don't know.
Well, we need to shed some light on these questions brought to us by our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members.
Okay, I guess we'll do that. We'll start with this one from All Peachy. It's Across the Sonicverse time. Which version of Sonic would be the Miguel O'Hara of the Sonicverse? And do you think Lego Sonic would be his best agent?
I still haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know the context of this.
I don't either. I have
actually managed to dodge some spoilers, so... Going by what I have been kind of spoiled on, the best I could maybe draw a parallel to is maybe Sonic, in terms of someone who is concerned about rules and regulations and conformity across a multiverse. I don't know if that's super accurate, because, again, haven't seen the movie yet, but that's the best I can do going in blind.
Yeah. I've not seen it yet either. Sorry, guys. Gotta wait till it comes out on streaming. So, anyway, we'll get to it eventually. We'll get there. Here's a question from Andrew D. Sega says you can introduce classic characters in modern and vice versa, but the stipulation is that it would need to make sense, and they prefer not everyone. Who do you pick and why? And Kyle can answer too, since he secretly runs Sega anyway. Well, no wonder they make so many bad decisions.
For classic, it's a short list. I want to see Mighty and Ray, and I want to see the Hooligans. If not all three, then at least Fang. I'd love to see their modern incarnations. Going the other direction, nobody really springs to mind, because for the most part, they have to be met in the modern era. You would need someone who had a degree of mystery around them. Like, I don't know, maybe if Tikal showed up in a classic game but didn't get an explanation, so Knuckles is still confused by her appearance up to Adventure. That's walking a line, but I guess that could be doable. And maybe like Big the Cat, if he were like a background Easter egg. Like, you never interact with him, so nobody actually meets him until Adventure. But it's much harder going backwards.
Yeah, I suppose. Honey. I would like to see modern Honey. Yes, please. Let's see, what else? Going the other way? I agree with you, but I doesn't mean I don't want to see a classicified versions of modern characters.
Oh, sure.
So,
I'm just speaking like in terms of what would be real and legitimate, and
what would make sense.
All the crap I have to think of.
Yeah, what would make sense? It's Sonic. Nothing makes sense. Nothing has made sense so far. Why does it suddenly have to make sense now? It's like, if I'm secretly running Sega, my stipulation is, screw it. Nothing makes sense anyway. Do what you want.
Kyle's only rule is the rule of cool.
Which is funny, because I'm not cool at all. But hey, I can at least say that other things have to be cool. Let's see. I don't know. Jeez. Who's in Modern that's not in Classic? Okay, Team Dark.
The Babylon Rogues.
The Rogues.
Silver, Blaze.
Yeah.
Cream. The Deadly Six.
Make them Classic. Why not? Why not? Just do it. Whatever. Put the Zeddy in there. Oh boy. Classic Whisper. So mimic betrayal Whisper.
Oh wow.
Oh no. That's
they'd be pre-Wisp as well, but maybe instead of a variable Wisp on, she's got a variable shield.
Maybe.
Pop out with different elemental shields, maybe add a few just for funsies.
As
a treat.
Maybe. Whisper deserves all the treats. All right. Here's one from Batman69 LOL. What if Dr. Eggman, Surgeon Kit, and Dr. Starline were caught, arrested, and restrained from killing each other? As part of their sentence, they are placed in a mandatory group therapy with each other, led by one Dr. Fraser Crane. How well does it go? Do any of them have a breakthrough? Will they drive Fraser mad? And will there be any tossed salads and scrambled eggs? I mean, yes, obviously. They don't know what to do with them, though.
I can see Dr. Crane entering into the scenario quite sure that he's going to define his career by fixing these poor, miserable souls with his elegance and deep, penetrating psychological analysis. And within the first 30 minutes, he's lost it. Oh, really now?
I don't know why.
It is my professional opinion that all of you are unsalvageable. I wash my hands of this good day.
I don't know why I'm losing it so much over this, but it's so funny. Starline v. Fraser.
Niles, can you even believe the gall of the man? He said my interpretation of the Count of Monte Cristo was wrong.
Starline really, truly is. Starline's secretly the third Crane brother. It makes so much sense. He even talks like them. Oh, man. God. Thank you for the Frasier questions. They are my favorites. Oh, man. I really need to go back and watch Frasier again. God, such a good show.
Major, you have to do something. That green one robbed Maris.
All right.
And the little blue one flooded my entire Tuscan villa.
Okay. Chunky Pancake has a question. If Ian and Kyle were Mobians, what species would you be?
Oh, I don't know. There's the old game, Google your name, the hedgehog, and see what comes up. So I'm sure there's someone out there.
I don't know. Armadillos are pretty cool. I don't know. Figure it out. Or don't. Somebody. Being asked how many times this has been asked. A few. Here's one from Chunka. I've been curious about this for a while now, so I just wanted to ask Ian, did you have any particular idea on how to bring back Hypersonic in Frontiers, or is it just a brief pitch that you threw in there? I think it would have been cool if the Super Emerald somehow related back to the Ancients.
In this scenario, the pitch was that Sonic called upon all of the lingering energy of cyberspace, the will of all the Coco and Ancients to boost the super state into hyper, so that in the final boss fight, it wasn't just Supersonic again, it was him empowered with the will of the very people that the end had brought to an end. And that way it would be more than just another supersonic fight. It would be a more cathartic end to the entire confrontation. And it would neatly tie a bow on the hypersonic form, because once that's done, you can't do it again. the ancients gave the last of their energy to preserve the world, and there you go.
See, what's kind of funny is that he sort of tried to do that. Like, he kind of appealed to the people of cyberspace and the ancients by, by his whole monologue during the end battle, before the end battle, I suppose.
Yeah, that part of the script made it in, but not the visuals that were supposed to go with it.
Well, darn. Maybe next time. Keep trying, Ian. Gotta keep trying. FMS Draws has a question. The Combine invasion from Half-Life 2 happens ahead of schedule. How ahead? Think 1960s. Only issue, the Combine have to deal with the collective stupidity of Team Fortress. How long do they last until their inevitable surrender? Can they survive the dreaded 2-Fort?
I would love to see this. I would love to play this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the scout zipping between the legs of a tripod going, "You can't hit my tiny head! You can't hit it! It's too tiny!"
Yeah. That'd be good.
Civil protection rolls around the corner. "Get behind me, doctor!" Heavy picks up the whatever that multi-shot gun thing off that damn helicopter is. Just starts shredding people with it. Doctor starts dissecting the barnacles and head crabs and finds new and horrible ways to weaponize them.
Oh, that's good stuff right there. Oh no! Do you want a liquor gun? It's like,
God, how horrible is that? It's just on the end of the Pyrus flamethrower, and instead of shooting flame, it lashes onto somebody and draws them in, kicking and screaming. Crunch, munch. Next.
It's like a nightmare version of Yoshi.
Dominating!
Nightmare Yoshi. Oh, yeah, they wouldn't last long.
And part of the fun of that is that, thematically, the Combine are supposed to be such an overwhelming force, a army of such magnitude that the idea of any kind of resistance is pure folly.
Yeah.
And then throwing into the mix the mercenaries who just cause unimaginable levels of carnage and damage. And I would just love to see how that all mixes together.
The absolute chaos of it all would be just incredible, because they're just the mercenaries are just like madness personified. So,
and given the time frame, you would have the administrator knowing that they need some additional tech.
Yeah.
So she sends them in to raid Aperture Labs.
Oh no.
You have the engineer going up against Cave Johnson. Now I'm thinking with portals.
Oh God. Oh man. If Valve were like not content with Steam, they really should have done this and just lean hard into it. Just gone for it. Just gone crazy. Just put them all together. Just blend them. Oh, I'm ready for it. It will never happen, but it would be glorious.
Give the sniper Dr. Breen's opening monologue, but every sentence is punctuated with a gunshot. Welcome to City 17. Bang! You've chosen. Bang! I've been chosen. Bang! Welcome to City 17. Bang! It's safer here.
Are we finally going to give Gordon Rosscott's voice? Officially.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Might as well.
And then they finally get cornered by one of the horrible telepathic Combine overlords. There's no way out of this one until from a distance you hear, "Saxton Hearn!" And he comes crashing in through the skylight, just beats the thing to death.
Here he comes. It's him. Oh, yeah.
Not away, mate. His psychic attacks can't harm anyone with this small of a brain. Oh, yeah. Ultimately, they have to stop the Combine from obtaining the last of the Australium. That would make them truly unstoppable. It writes itself, really.
It really does. It really, truly does. This is the Valve cinematic universe. Why isn't this a thing? What? I mean, I know why it's not a thing, but it really should be a thing.
Soldiers going in, gung-ho, so happy to fight off an invasion. Remember Pearl Harbor! Remember the Alamo! Remember Vietnam! No, wait, that was us.
Don't remember Vietnam. Forget that one. Run it back. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, now I just want this even more. Well, here's a question from Green Hill Zone 900, which is approximately how many times people think Green Hill Zone has appeared in the Sonic franchise. For what feels like a century, and it's been incredibly frustrating, to be honest with you, I feel like you're always looked at it as being evil for wanting more Son Amy in the franchise. But this is generally the thing I really want to see more of, and because I've wanted it for so long, I've lost interest in other aspects of the franchise. I'm tired of always being unsatisfied with the Son Amy they give us. Just once, I wish I was genuinely satisfied with it. Please tell me what I can do to kindly persuade Sega to give us an actual legitimate Son Amy meal.
Again, right into the social media channels, politely, respectfully, support anything that kind of aligns with what you want, be it merchandise or game material, and show that there's an audience for it. I have no horse in this race. It's kind of the, I guess, standard pairing, but
de facto.
Sega doesn't. Yeah, de facto. That's better. And if Sega doesn't want to pursue that, then okay, we're not pursuing that. If they want to, okay, that's the direction. If they decide they're going to go a different course of action, I'm cool with that too. It's folks think there is an equal number of folks who think I am championing this cause and trying to undermine it every turn. And the truth of the matter is, I don't care anymore. The fandom has burned me out. Whatever will be, will be. Que sera, sera.
You're not evil for whatever ship you want to see in the franchise. Unless it's like...
No, I'm evil for other reasons.
Well, no. I know. I think they're not referring to you as being evil. I think at the beginning of this question, they're referring to themselves. It's like... Yeah. It's like or referring to fans of Son Amy. It's like, you're not evil for wanting which...
all about me.
You're not evil for what you want to happen, unless what you want to happen is like what ship you want is like, I don't know, an evil Eggman ship that kicks puppies. I don't know. That's evil, but other than that, like, if anyone tells you you're evil for that, it's like, well, that's silly. Anyway, don't kick puppy. Yeah, don't do that. All right, here's one from Happy Times. It was said that Eggman hasn't killed in a recent episode, but hasn't he already crossed that line with the original Diamond Cutters? Might have been through the Shadow Androids instead of his own hands, but he ordered it. They're as much his weapons as that gun he carries.
Yeah, but, he also totally didn't kill anyone when he flooded an entire city with a giant watery kaiju. And absolutely no one was harmed when he blew the planet into pieces. It's kind of just a, they want to sand the edges off, but you know what happened. Come on now. The official word is no, he hasn't killed anyone, but come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be just that, thin degree of separation. It wasn't him, it was the Shadow Androids. It wasn't him, it was Perfect Chaos. It wasn't him, it was the molten core of the planet.
It was
people foolishly chose to fall into.
How dare they? It's their own dumb fault for standing on that fissure when it opened up.
To be fair, that might be the argument he makes.
I mean, yeah, actually. Yeah. Oi. And it would work. All right, here's one from Illegal Chow Fights. As a child, I looked up to my grandfather because of all the great things he accomplished in his life. He was my hero. and I wanted to be a great scientist like him, but did he really mean to destroy us?
I don't know, but what I do know is we all did it together.
I guess so. I suppose you're right. Here's one from LukioX30. Tails, Amy, Rouge, Vector, Wave, Tangle, and any character of your choice are given a contract by a mysterious Mr. Scramblevision to star in a reality TV show of their choice based off their identifying traits. However, they soon find out upon the lights, camera, action stage of their impending realization of a mistake, that these shows are merely ploys for Eggman to test his new death traps while broadcasting their potential demises to the world. Think of the Mettaton sequence from Undertale if you need a better mental image. In the end, what sort of shows would the cast have? How would they be able to continue the shows in character while also surviving until the cameras stop rolling? Will Eggman get in trouble with the station's legal team if he doesn't pay them like the contract said? Even if there is no concept of money? How will they all get canceled? In fact, what would be vaguely parodied when these shows appear on the picture box?
Well, I imagine Tails is happy that Tails Tube has gotten big enough that it can be syndicated.
Oh no.
But oh no, his fully outfitted set is actually a death trap full of attacking machinery, and he busts it up because he's spent his life being trained by Sonic on how to bust machinery. He'll be fine.
He knows how it went together. He knows how to take it apart.
Amy has some kind of therapy/baking segment where she talks things out while putting together tasty objects.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing of working through your problems to create a sweet ending, except, oh no, the kitchen is full of death traps, except she spent most of her career learning how to bust up machines and death traps. She'll be fine. And if anything, she's still managing to give, relationship and self-help advice while dodging fireballs and smashing appliances. Vector wants his own true crimes podcast type of show, highlighting all the cases that he solved to show just how good a detective he is. Please hire him. Never really realizing how much he could get off of this, show's residuals itself. Except, oh no, all the hoodlums and villains that he put away are being recreated as hard light constructs. All of their dastardly skills that he's played up a little bit to make himself look better are actually brought to life. But Vector's no slouch. He's quite competent when you get down to it. So he fights off all these villains that he's already, experienced, and he fully cataloged. He'll be fine. Wave has a kind of garage show, restoration, do-it-yourself stuff, gearhead material. Except, oh no, the garage is full of machines and death traps. Except they never really get to trigger because she came in under the pretense of doing a show, and she already stole the gear she wants. She's long gone. Tangle has an aerobics jazzercise, guided exercise type program. Except, oh no, all the background exercising people are really egg pawns and they're coming into attack. Except she has no idea, and she's trouncing them as she does her exercises. Tails punching every which way. She's doing flips and stomping things. She doesn't even realize she's been in a fight until it's already done. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
And Rouge is going to do kind of a late night talk show conspiracy theory show, unveiling all the secrets of Gun and the United Federation and everything around the world, which has prompted the various nations of the country to move in and attack the station and capture Eggman. Whoopsie doodles. She'll be fine.
Yeah. I want to see Vector's unsolved mysteries. I want to see him try to be Robert Stack. There's one more, though. I don't know. You got to choose a character.
We just did 6.
I know. Any character of your choice, though.
I choose to be satisfied with 6.
Okay. Well, I mean, Sonic. That seems like the obvious one.
Sonic wouldn't want to do a TV show. He wouldn't want to stay in one place and present.
Well, then maybe it's like a travel show.
In which case he's got a GoPro glued to his head and he's on the run. He's never going to be in the station.
Exactly. Or maybe Starline has his own reality show. Oh no, the heroes are coming to get you. Coming to kill you. Oh no, the Rock. Watch out.
Welcome to Dr. Starline's therapy session. Look directly at the hypnotic wave and listen very closely. You will serve Starline. You will serve Starline. You will love Starline. Acknowledge his brilliance.
I figured it would be...
The camera is on, right?
I figured it'd be Starline's Masterpiece Theater.
What? Take the camera off of him? No. He'll sit there and explain why each movie you're not actually going to watch is a piece of brilliance or dreck.
Exactly. He doesn't actually show anything
without any actual content.
Yes. I mean, I'd watch it.
Why I'm right, an artistic analysis.
Part 1 of 12. All right, here's one from Miles the Prower. It's a battle of daddy issues. Scourge versus Proto Man. Can Blues nuke the radioactive rodent, or will Scourge make the missing brother stay missing?
I mean, Scourge is a Sonic. He does have the pedigree to beat robots, and Blues does have a bad history of having an energy malfunction at the last possible second and being a bit of a jobber. I'm looking at you, King. So I guess all evidence points to Scourge winning the fight, but I don't like that.
Maybe it's a case of if I go out, I'm taking you with me, and they're both vaporized.
I'll accept that. Blues goes out on his own terms and reduces Scourge to a shadow on the wall.
Yeah, but I think really I would want to see Proto Man just absolutely just drag Scourge through the mud like he deserves.
I mean, if Rock and Sonic don't show up, then that means Proto Man doesn't have to job to show how cool the protagonist is.
Yeah.
He can fight on his own. And when that's it, the terms are completely different.
Yeah.
When he's solo, he can be purely badass, in which case, sure, he might be able to win.
It'll be a hard fight, though. But yeah. I mean, also, he gets like heroic plot armor, even though he's not technically a hero. He's more of an anti-hero, I suppose. Scourge is just a bad guy. Like, he doesn't deserve to win. He's a coward. Proto Man is not a coward. Scourge is.
I'm not saying, I want Scourge to win. I'm just saying by the...
Like, realistically, I know.
Tropes, it would make more sense.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But it's not satisfying. No. Sometimes you just got to do things just to make it a better thing. So, yeah. Blues wins.
Once again, as Boss Kyle says, the only rule is the rule of cool.
Exactly. Thank you for understanding.
You got it, boss.
Here's a question from Morless. The new Diamond Cutters, Tangle, Whisper, and Lanolin, plus Jewel the Beetle, are introduced to the leader of the Freedom Fighters, Princess Sally Acorn. What are each of their first impressions of her, and how does that change after they get to know her a little better? Well, I'm sure Tangle would have stars in her eyes like she does every time she meets someone cool.
It kind of depends on which incarnation of Sally we're talking about, but just for simplicity's sake, we'll go post-reboot.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, Tangle's just gaga. Oh, famous leader of the Freedom Fighters. That's so cool. Can't wait to meet you. Lana's like, please teach me. I don't know what I'm doing. They expect me to lead just because I have initiative. I don't want to. What do I do? Whisper is, terse but respectful and kind of hoping for orders. You have some direction, perhaps a viable plan to eliminate Eggman. She's listening. And Jewel is just impressed that she's able to manage so much for so long. And since she was so young, again, pointers, assistance, insight. Do you want my job? Maybe. I can go back to the museum, please.
Are you saying Jewel doesn't like her job now? Her current job?
She likes being helpful. She likes what she can do for others. But I think the role was bigger than she anticipated.
Kind of like it was for Amy, huh? Nobody wants that
Amy
job,
knew,
apparently.
Amy knew what she was getting into, but it was kind of just thrust upon her, and she's like, well, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, I guess. So how do their impressions change? I don't think Tangles would.
No. I think Lanolin would be the only one to kind of come down off the high a little bit. It's like, oh, she's just a normal person.
Yeah.
Rank, history, that doesn't really change anything. She's just like me. Well, that's no good. That doesn't give me any extra insight.
That doesn't help at all.
The blind leading the blind all over again. I don't know. Sal lives up to the hype.
I mean, yeah, kinda. I really don't think I don't know if they would really change much. First impressions are good,
I mean, maybe they're expecting a degree of royal haughtiness because that's what you expect from royal folks, but they're like, no, she's just like Blaze. She's down to earth. Neat.
It's ironic how down to earth Blaze is, considering she can fly, but...
Yeah.
All right, here's one from Mixiger. 17. If you've ever seen the I can fix them, I can make them worse / ruin them shipping meme, forget about the shipping part, and fixing people is boring. In whatever what-if scenario the what-if gods have decreed that obviously is never going to happen, how would Surgeon Kit becoming friends with Sonic and Tails make them worse with their terrible influences? If the answer is they wouldn't because Sonic and Tails are too good, feel free to just make up something you think would be funny if you want to.
Oh, no, I get it. The challenge is find the worst possible take regardless of any logic. So everybody becomes frenzies, and Surge becomes 100% apathetic to everything around her because Sonic will save the day. She's come around. She's learned her lesson. He's the hero. He always does what's right. That's cool by her. Surge, help! A meteor is going to fall and smash all the orphans and puppies. That's all right. Sonic will be here any minute. Any minute. Yeah, I could stop it, but nah, why would I get in the way of the big hero? Oh, well, they probably had it coming. He's busy with something cooler, I'm sure.
Besides, they're orphans and puppies. Why does she care?
Yeah, exactly.
She hates orphans and puppies.
And Kit would just, hitch his wagon to the others.
Yeah.
Tails gets up in the middle of the night for a sandwich, and there's Kit just watching him. Not sleeping. Ha ha! No, just wanted a midnight snack. I'll make it for you. No, that's okay. I'm fine, really. Not trouble. I'll get the light for you. No, it's okay. I'll keep it dark. I'll take the power out of the house. No, it's fine, Kit. Just go. Where have you been? Under your bed. You've breathed exactly 3,765 times this evening. 20% less than normal. You're sleeping well. Okay, Kit. I need you to just go elsewhere into the bushes. Understood. I'll be watching.
Oh no. Oh boy. I think you're missing the what the question is asking though, Ian. The question is asking how would Sonic and Tails how would they be badly influenced by Surgeon Kit? Not the other way around.
Well, it's fun either way.
But yes, I like your ideas. So,
all right. So, other super bad faith take in the worst possible way, logic notwithstanding. Let's see. Tails would just get full of himself and like the hero worship. Having someone fawn over you and call you the best and want to be your underling. There's some fun to be had there. Little power goes a long way. Surge was onto something here. Now, he'd never necessarily be as outright abusive, but every now and again has to remind Kit who's the smart one in the duo. He is. That's right. He's got more experience. So just let him do his thing. You can tell him how cool he is later. Yeah.
Oof. I don't think I like
Gross,
this. I don't
know. See, it's more fun to do it with the villains.
I know, it's better the other way.
And Sonic would lean closer to some of his nastier incarnations in the 90s where, he converted yet another villain to an ally. Totally his thing. He can do no wrong. Just you wait. He's going to convert every bit of villainy in the world. What if people get hurt along the way? He will be fine. Don't worry about it. Because, Surge is living proof. They're besties now. She wanted to kill him. So everything's eventual. He'll make it work.
I really... This hurts, Ian. This hurts. This is painful.
You could have left it as it was, but no, you had to correct me. So here we are.
Well, I mean, I want to give the people what they pay for. And if they pay for the pain, then I guess we'll give it to them.
Oh, you've all paid for this. And while you start considering refunding that one, we're going to take a quick break and be back with more BumbleKast.
We're back, and we're starting off with this one from Noni. So is Starline retaining all this information he's getting from different dimensions as he's going on his little isekai trip? And if so, does he attempt to use it in situations he's thrown into?
Whatever is funniest.
I think it's funnier if yes.
Like, maybe he retains just enough for one scene. He's like, wait. I did this in the other one, and it turned out badly. What was it? I shouldn't do... Or he's in the scenario of, I remember this. I won't do it this time. Ha ha ha. I've beaten the system. And that inevitably leads him to getting isekai'd.
This really is just Groundhog Day.
No, he gets isekai'd back to the point where he started from, and aha! This time he steps to the right and avoids the rock, except he steps on a live cable and off he goes again. And it's been so long that when he loops back around, it's like, wait, there was a live wire there. I won't move. Wait, why did I move to begin with? And off he goes
off to the rock. Oh no.
And the wheel of Ka turns again.
It's yep, that's him. That's his life. His life after death. Glorious. Normal person, appropriately, has their own Starline Isekai adventure. Starline gets sent to our world as a marketable plushie. How would his Isekai adventure go, and how many times does he have to be game-ended as a plush before he gets sent to a different world?
You see, our world is the end point. Every time he gets isekai to a certain point, it ends in a plush. Every plush is a marker for his trip through the isekai realms.
So every Starline plush is...
And if that makes you sad because you're a Starline fan, think of it this way. When you buy your Starline plush and you take it home and you take care of him, you are giving him the final happy conclusion to his isekai adventures.
Aww. This one made it through to you. That's so sweet. Up until your dog gets a hold of it again.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Exactly. You buy a new one, and that one is the one that the dog destroyed. The wheel of Ka has turned again. And in the night, you will hear your little plushy Starline whisper, "Don't let it happen again, damn
it." Oh boy, here we go into the Starline verse.
I am a trifle concerned this is going to incite a degree of violence against these products, but please don't harm your Starline plush. Treasure it. Keep it safe.
Do they exist yet? If not, they should.
No, not yet. They've just been previewed at the Toy Fair show.
Oh, okay. Well, they will exist then. Okay, good. Okay, I didn't know they were announced.
I don't think formally. I think it was leaked, but it was leaked by someone on my Sonic team or Sonic team adjacent. So I think it's safe to talk about. It's out there in the wild. People know about it.
You're going to get one, aren't you? At least one.
I couldn't get a Tangle or a Whisper, so I don't know.
Well, you better get on it then. Come on, man. Anyway, here's one from On Guard 593. I wanted to know if the Japanese versions of the games and contents of and within the games, as well as the other languages / versions, are all canon and applicable to Sonic's world and cosmology unless explicitly stated otherwise.
No, because that would include the crazy stuff like Knuckles' Brazilian younger brother.
What, you Crucules? Don't crap on Crucules, buddy. I will hear none of it.
I will say that the Japanese material is serving as a foundation for a lot of the decisions going forward, but nothing is necessarily sacred. There have been adjustments that I am surprised with how much latitude we've had, but it does help make things fit a little nicer. The hardcore purists are going to like it, but, can't help that.
They don't like anything. Hi, hardcore purists. Here's a question from Sammy. Who's the better dancer, Sonic or Kirby?
Oof. I want to take the coward's way out and say this is a tie. They both got the moves, man.
I think Sonic is more stylistically impressive, but I wouldn't mess with Kirby.
They both got the moves, man. They could both just dance the night away. It would be delightful. But
Kirby does split into 3 Kirbys. So, yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough.
I mean, Kirby's even working with a disadvantage. He doesn't have arms or legs. Yeah. He's still able to pull off the moves.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, Sonic's pretty dang good at it. So, I don't know. But I guess Kirby could be more impressive that he dances so well considering he is just a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. Do you want to piss off Kirby? I sure don't.
What do you think? Comment down below.
Saving Throws has a question. If Silver developed zoolepathy, would he be able to read the minds of his fellow anthropomorphic friends, or would it just be limited to Flickies, Pickies, Rockies, Rickies, Pockies, Tommies, Beckies, Peckies, and the chicken one?
I didn't even know this was a specific term. I'm thinking that the Mobians, or whatever they're going to be called one day, kind of count as people. They're not animals. So if it's a form of telepathy specifically to animals, non-sapient or sentient individuals, then I would think it would be limited to stuff like the small animals and the other animals of the world.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Would he be able to read the minds of the animals stuffed into badniks? Or have they been?
Why would you want to?
Or have they been overridden?
Huh.
I'm kind of wondering about that.
Oh, let me out! Ah! Or would it be beep boop 101100111101?
Yeah. Interesting. Let's not think about it too much. Either way is horrifying. Oh, okay. Here's a question from Scourge Time. Not sure if you can answer this, but as a big Scourge fan, I really wanted to know. Were there plans for another Super Scourge appearance in Scourge's Revenge arc?
No. With Super Scourge, Super Sonic is already kind of a narrative problem because he just wins. He is the finale. He is the end point type of thing. Super Scourge is that problem compounded because Super Scourge isn't going to show restraint. He isn't going to do anything heroic. He is going to cause devastating damage. So if and when we showed another Super Scourge event, it would have to be a big deal. There would need to be some kind of hard counter for that because otherwise he's a world ender. So the arc that I had immediately planned after that was going to be base level, character driven, exploring Anti-Mobius a bit more. Ultimately, I would have wanted to see another Super Scourge event because, come on, Tracy Yardley's design was freaking sick, and you want to see that level of spectacle, but he would have to be handled very carefully to make sure it was done right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here's a question from Scurvy Pirate Dog. The Archie version of Bean the Dynamite has fallen into a cloning machine that is producing an infinite number of Bean clones, and now they're invading the modern IDW Sonic universe. How does it go? How does everyone react to the army of crazy dynamite ducks / woodpeckers?
I don't know. I mean, the army of beans are going to be confused anyway because they're trying to differentiate each other, so they start naming themselves like Jelly Bean, Jumping Bean. But they all look the same, so they can't tell who is who and who made that distinction. So they start fighting over who is the actual Jelly Bean. And it might solve itself if they just start getting into such a fight that they blow each other up until there's only one bean standing.
Yeah, but if there's so many of them and they set off that many bombs, it's going to be devastating for everything and everyone. So...
So you have Bean floating through the void that is left behind from his explosive escapades going, I win!
Yeah. But is he the real Bean? The original? I don't know.
He contemplates this for a moment as he's drifting through the void and then just breaks out into song. I am the one and only. And just air guitars off into the distance.
Oh boy. Oh no. Terrifying. A true end being the dynamite. Here's one from Sonic Padge. Do you ever have moments where you realize you are not, in fact, Sonic the Hedgehog? Whether behaviorally or physically? Like for me, it's when I make long-term plans instead of acting on the fly. Or when I even try to run. My shins feel like shit. Really bad.
I have never had any delusions that I was Sonic the Hedgehog. I am not as witty as him. I am not as cool or as confident as him. I'm not remotely as athletic. There has never been a moment in my life where I'm like, yeah, I am like Sonic. No. Nah,
me neither.
Eggman, on the other hand, but that's not what you're asking about.
I am not Sonic. Sonic is my friend. I don't know. Nah, I've never felt that. Here's one from Wheelie Doe. In some of the recent interviews regarding Sonic Superstars, Izuka has made some statements on how Superstars and Frontiers are unrelated with regards to story. In the process of doing so, however, he made mention that Frontiers is a different kind of timeline, different universe from Superstars. This might be isolated to his choice of words during these interviews, maybe even a nothing burger due to the translation process. But this is actually an accurate reflection. But is this actually an accurate reflection on the status of the classic series, as they call it right now? Will the franchise's direction be moving away from keeping everything classic contained in the past and more so towards separate timelines and dimensions along the line of what came up during Force's release?
I think it is a degree of translation issue. I can't really speak for the man, but I believe what he's getting at is Superstars is its own thing. There is no cross-pollination with other titles. There isn't anything in Superstars that could be connected directly to Frontier's story. Don't be looking for Easter eggs or hidden meanings or connective tissue. Superstars stands on its own. It's its own Sonic adventure. Sonic story. God, that's a loaded word. It's its own title. You can enjoy it just as it is. But the classic era is the past. That has been established now.
Alrighty. Here's one from Windstar Osprey. I recently learned that betta fish are actually pretty freaking violent. Apparently, they also go by the names Siamese fighting fish or rumblefish, and having them fight is a sport in Thailand. If two are placed in the same tank, they will start to fight each other almost immediately, to the point that they will rip each other's scales off or even kill each other. So what if our sweet orange Shusy Roll Coral was like that, and how would it affect her position and dynamics with the other Meropis characters? Razor, Pearly, Undina, Echo, Striker, Puff, Angelica, etc. Note, Coral's alignment would still be good, she'd just be more aggressive and bloodthirsty. Also, all other characters remain unchanged from their canon selves. P.S. Razor would be simping for her, calling it right now.
That is a character change anyway. If I remember my biology correctly, beta fish aren't particularly violent towards anybody else. Maybe a little territorial, but they aren't nearly as violent as they are with other betas.
Right, and it's typically only male betas that are violent. That's why they're always kept separate in their own little cups, which I'm sure is really not helping their problems.
So in that regard, Coral wouldn't, if we're using actual biology as a basis for personality, Coral wouldn't really change in any of her interactions. It's been a long time since Aaliyah and I worked on this, so I don't remember exactly, but I think it was supposed to be that she was generally very understanding and laid back and calm. It's just she would have this kind of very, very deeply buried temper that once struck would be fearsome to behold, but otherwise she was very, very even keel. I could be wrong, though. It's been a while.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that kind of makes some sense, but yeah, it's typically the males are the ones who are most vicious. Female ones are much less so. So, anyway, we got one last one here from ZOV. Howdy, a Mega Man question here. If you were to make a Mega Man X comic, could you ever see yourself including an X-Dive adaptation for it? From the entire concept of the Deep Log, crossovers with Capcom titles, and encounters with alternate versions of characters we all know and love, like Iris Another, X-Kai, Gangster Sigma, or even just the other Mega Men, including Battle Network and Star Force. I'm curious to know how and to what extent you'd incorporate them into Mega Man lore, if at all.
I will forever die on this hill. They should have called her Colonel Iris. It's Colonel's name, but it's also a rank. So you would have the joke in there, not Iris Another.
Yeah, that was like really, I don't know, weird and lazy.
The localization of Dive leaves much to be desired.
Sketchy at best.
I would not tie Dive into X. Dive, I feel like, is standalone.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of its basis off of X, to be sure, but it is not set in the X universe. It is set in kind of a metaphysical realm of the real world, because you are brought into Dive and the Deep Log affects the Mega Man series. So it is its own universe that pulls from all the others. I would not incorporate Dive into X. That being said, what is her name? The main mascot character.
Rico,
there we go. I might find opportunities to have like X versions of Rico and Aiko and maybe some of the others in X to show that they have analogs, because they're Reploid enough, they would fit.
Yeah.
But that would be X versions of those characters, whereas the Dive versions would be the true or original versions. The X characters, the Star Force, Classic, Battle Network, all of those that show up in Dive, those are Dive incarnations of those characters' data. I would just keep that distinction there myself.
Right. Yeah, that would work for me, but I wouldn't mind seeing some of those alternate incarnations somewhere again. Like, man, Iris Another would be awesome to see in like an actual story. That would be cool. I would be down. All right. That's going to do it for this edition of the BumbleKast.
But before we go, we have to give a big thank you to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members. Big thank you to Daniel H., Jennifer R., James K., John B., Robotnicum, Sam Cybercat, Samuel P., Torchbound, Mike B., Andrew D., Saluchacat, Dave M., Noni, J. Frost, Coupling Crew 128, Duaz Diz Din, Hero of Light 13, Professor Scruffy Matt, Chris A., Sony, Scurvy Pirate Hog, John M., Triforce Riku, Sonic, Ben Wolfsbane, Arc Fighter, Jib, Lisa M, Lee HK, Twilord, Chaos Sonic 1, Stardust, Spectre, Chevelle, Ink Thinks, Tick Tick, Mixer 17, Axis, Starlight Sec, Z Broadcast, Jonathan D, Cameron H, Jolene B, The Disgayan, Joshua S, The Name is X, Solaris Stain, Godzilla, Nondal, Alex KR, Ava Arctic Dove, Justin Mountain Soul, Quaggle Gather, Yuma 221, Jay the Redneck, Jennifer H, Justin S, Dadler the Dalek, Angela V, Sonic Legacy, Alpha Mono, You Can Jack the Animator, Tetsuya the Wise, Pedanti Cat, Hannah W, Venus, Les, Daniel B, Red the Supernamic, Wildcard 717, Chad, Dominic the Raccoon of the Stars, Indabin and Tails, Genzel, Wheelie Doe, Sandra BH, Sammy S, Puppy the Scholar, DeRusseville, Miles the Prower, Navarre, Exil, Agent Cast, 4 Sonic Fan, Rhythm and Tempo, Illegal Chow Fights, Big Dan 20, Preston M, The Marble Gardener, Noah M, E200 Paragon, Thievius, Oz Jam, Shimmy M, Kojiro Highwind, Awesome Cakester, Curly Quill, Supersonic Fan, Radry, Chase L, Morless, Smiley 21, Sonic 84, Philippus Cold, Sterling Sonic, Rocco D, Congo, Windskull, Supernova, Superior Pizza, Sonic Patch, Ty H, Thigolf, Omega Man 21, Planet Breezy, In Zephyr, Unity, Jason G, Nils, Subliminal, Gino the Puppet, Miggy Sawdust, Amazing, Miss Nazumi, SB My Fish Eats Rocks, the ID card, Jonathan F. Hip, Kid Brick, Levi C, Vlad, Semeth S, Dead Air, Lemur Chicken Sheen, Adrian W, Knuckles Sandwich 87, Luke R, Michael P, Fang, Hearts 13, Imbluit, Miles Full Prower, Cool Christy 1, Ashter, Alejandro 333777, Loose, Noah I, Lacey M, Lucky Lychee, Trocon H, Blahaj Blast, The Phantomist, Spiral, Native Nerd 27, Slato 02, Ultra Guy, William M, Crowbo, Raccoon Shinobi, Normal Person, Marcy H, Caswell, Mr. Murder Bird, The Giant Murdering Bird, Noob 600, Silver Moon 2K1, Pit Viper, Icy Wolf, North Salt 15, Relaxed Hoodie, Sonic Mania 2099, Hadronis, Paley, All Peachy, Johanna S, Vito V, Angel Fox, Kitsune, Snow Pear, Swidemo, Junka S.A., Gideon W., Boy King Elias, The Man of Multimedia, Foofy 93, Mr. Snippy, Florian, Call Me Ryan, Onion Girl, Candy B, Cat Van Brian, Jamal S., Wheels 282, Hedgehog, Metamode, Frost the Hobbadon, Danny the Light, Buttered Noodles, Miles Prower D, El Technopada, True Cosmic Digilab 79, Travis H., Hero Squad, Kaizen Amen, Woods, FMS Straws, Green Hill Zone 900, Happy Times, Lucio X30, On Guard 593, Saving Throws, and Scourge Time.
Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. As always, you guys are awesome.
Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
See ya. I like Superior Novica.
Did I do that?
No. You almost did. It sounded like.
It's like, I did catch that, right? I did fix it?
Yes, you did fix it. You did fix it. You got it. It's just was like superior no like superior novica. I see. Dr. Major Bunny. The other languages / virgin as well as the You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org.
Sorry, 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hello. Hi. This is so-and-so calling about your car's extended warranty. Do you have an extended warranty? Do you want to extend your warranty? Does your warranty extend? Expand warranty. Expand dong. Warranty. Warranty. Well, I guess. I don't know what's going on anymore. First 3 letters of your Bumble. On your touch tone phone. Back in the day. Okay. Touch tone phones. Wait, we still have touch tone phones. What am I saying?